The top chef had just arrived at the market when he was drawn to the buns sold by a little boy. Curious, he approached and asked if these buns were made by the boy's family, but to his surprise the buns were made by the boy himself. The boy offered him a taste, saying if they weren't good he wouldn't charge him. After tasting one, the man declared the boy would definitely become a culinary genius in the future. The man then noticed an advertisement nearby and asked what the sponsorship was about. The boy explained he wanted to buy a tricycle so he could transport more buns to sell, but he was short $100 to start his business and was looking for a sponsor. He promised to split the profits once he made money. Moved by the boy's sincerity, the man took out $100 and said he would be his sponsor from now on. But unexpectedly the boy insisted on signing an agreement with him. When the boy tried to sign, he realized he didn't have a pen with him, so the man lent him his fountain pen, and they agreed to meet the next day to get the pen and the contract. Little did the man know, this small act of kindness would change his life forever. Soon a day passed, and the boy waited at the market with the pen and contract, but he waited all evening and the man never showed up, so the boy swore he would find him. 18 years later, the man was facing customers demanding medical fees. The restaurant was surrounded by an angry crowd. He was in the kitchen checking ingredients and questioning the head chef about the issues. Just then, the 3 apprentices he had taken in walked in arrogantly, demanding he transfer the restaurant to them, or they would watch the restaurant go bankrupt. The man then realized how cold-hearted the children he adopted had become, but it was too late to regret. In order to save his century-old restaurant, he had no choice but to face the families of the patients alone. He was just about to enter the lobby when a wine bottle hit his hand, but he endured the pain, telling the head chef he was fine. Facing the increasingly dissatisfied families, the man knew he couldn't escape responsibility, but his assets had already been taken by the 3 apprentices. He couldn't come up with the compensation money. Helpless, he begged for 3 more days to gather the money. Seeing his humble apology, the families eventually softened and agreed to his request to quickly gather the money. The man sold his house and car. His daughter, heartbroken for him, gave him all her savings meant for studying abroad. Even so, there was still $1 million short. In a desperate situation, the man decided to seek help from his former good friend, who was now a big boss. But to his surprise, the once good friend had become cold and heartless. He not only used the money lending issue to humiliate the man's pride, but also pressured him to transfer the restaurant. Only when the man saw his 3 apprentices did he realize everything was part of a carefully planned conspiracy. The 3 apprentices had secretly formed a partnership with his old friend. They wanted to take over the man's century-old restaurant, hoping to ride on the new rising top-tier food group. Unbeknownst to them, the founder of this top-tier group was the little boy from years ago. The boy had never forgotten the man's kindness and had been looking for him all these years. By chance, he found out the man was the owner of the century-old restaurant, so he rushed to propose a partnership. At this moment, the others still hadn't realized the seriousness of the situation and were still forcing the man to sign the transfer agreement. Just in time, people from the top-tier food group arrived to stop them, and the assistant immediately recognized the man's identity.